We are about 10 weeks to our average last frost date. Today I'm going to be starting my peppers and my brassicas. Brassicas are things like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, that family of things. Now for peppers, they can take a little longer to germinate than say your tomatoes, and they also are a little bit more slow growing. They're technically a perennial. They'll keep growing and growing and growing. So I want to get those guys a good head start. And then I'm not going to be planting those out until the end of May, beginning of June, definitely after my last frost date. Now for my brassicas, they generally, I like to grow them about 6 weeks in their pots, and then they need to be transplanted. But they are a cool weather crop. So I'm going to transplant these probably the end of April, about 4 weeks before my average last frost date. And then they should do well if I harden them off properly. And then also if we do get a cold snap, I will probably have to cover them. And I'm willing to do that because I just want to stretch that season. With the brassicas, they actually grow better in the cool weather. So I'm just planting a bit now for eating. I'm going to be doing a second round of my brassicas as like a fall garden. And I'll show you guys that as well. And that will be more for things I'm going to try to store over the winter. I'm going to start with some Brussels sprouts. Now Brussels sprouts take like 100 days. They're a very long maturing plant. So I'm going to try some now, but I also am going to start some in July because we really want these to be maturing, not at the height of summer. We want them to be maturing into the fall because the cold will actually make them a little bit sweeter. So I'm going to start some now anyways, just to see, but I will be doing a second round. These ones are the red rhubarb. And for all my brassicas, I'm going to be starting them in these 6 tray cells. I just want one to grow per thing, and I probably will have to up pot them into some, I'll probably use my red solo cups to up pot them once they get a bit of size on them. I'll show you the seeds here. They're little round pellet looking things. The thing with the brassicas is all of these seeds look the same. So you really have to label them properly and keep them in their containers because you won't know what is what. And again, you can look on the package. It says seed depth 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I mean, it's a tiny little seed, so I probably wouldn't put it 1/2 inch, but 1/4 inch. So I'm just gonna poke my hole. I'm putting 2 seeds per little cell just for germination. I can try and separate them or pinch off the weaker one. We'll see. If you do want to try and separate them, try not to put them all in one little hole. I try to actually do it like one on one corner-ish and one on the other, just so then you have a better chance of separating them. And the next one I'm starting is the Long Island Improved. It's just actually the most commonly recommended Brussels sprout. Next, we're gonna grow some of these Chinese cabbage, Golden Beauty. I'm gonna start 3 of the cells of this because I'm actually really looking forward to this.
Let's take off my jacket. I don't need it.
I know it's warm in here.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna plant some Romanesco. I tried to grow this last year. It did not do anything. It didn't really grow, but we'll try again.
Wait, you know why? Because you weren't that good at gardening yet.
I wasn't that good at gardening yet? Okay.
You're way better.
I'm way better now?
Wendy, are these going to grow?
I hope so.
Probably. Why is that right?
Is what right?
Probably.
Probably, yes. They will probably grow.
Or maybe not. Maybe, maybe not.
Well, if I'm a good gardener, they should. Right?
Oh, wait, maybe one. Okay, wait.
Now we're going to try this kohlrabi, a purple kohlrabi. Just for... Oh, got it. Just for fun. Oh.
I bumped their head.
It's always nice growing these. They look kind of neat, kind of alien-esque, so the kids think they're kind of cool.
Go back inside, okay?
You gonna go back inside?
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome.
That was very helpful.
You're welcome.
And now when these grow, we can say, hey, I remember planting those.
Yes, and I can say, hey, I helped.
That's right. Then we're going to start some kale. I have 4 different kinds. This is a lacinato kale. I think it's also known as a dinosaur kale. Then we also have a red Russian kale and this dwarf curly Scotch kale, which is our favorite. We like this one the best. And there's also this new one, the rainbow lacinato kale, just for some fun color. And in my next tray here, I have, actually it's like a double, so there's 12 in each. I'm going to be starting cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower. For broccoli, I have this Sun King hybrid, which I grew last year. It did pretty good. And then I'm also going to be trying this calabrese this year, which is an heirloom. And for cabbages, I'm just doing the same as last year, the early Copenhagen, which does pretty good and it gets a really nice size. This is a tiara, and these ones do really good. They're not as big, but they're very early. And then also a red cabbage, Red Express, and they did really well for us last year as well. And finally is the cauliflower, just an early snowball. I didn't have much luck with cauliflower, but we're gonna try again. And I'll just do the same for these ones, is 2 seeds per cell. And then lastly, I'll be starting my peppers. Now, unlike the brassicas where I just wanted 1 per cell, the peppers I'm gonna do what's called multi-sowing, like I did my onions and such. So I'll need a few of these peppers. So I'm gonna be starting them in these little containers. I'm thinking like maybe 5 or 6. And then some of the ones that I want more of, I have these little 9 cells, and I'm going to be putting probably 2 or 3 per cell of these. For the ones I want to be growing more of, I'm going to start, this is an early flame jalapeno. Always need lots of jalapenos. And we also have the notapeno. Trying that one out. It comes highly recommended as a non-spicy jalapeno. And also the King of the North sweet pepper. We're going to be trying to get that so we can get a decent amount of peppers for, my kids really like to eat fresh peppers, and then I'll freeze some for other things. And then this I wanted to know, so this is called a hot pepper, or sorry, like a hot salsa blend. Now, if you're going to buy this, it's tricky because it says it's got 23% Anaheim, 23% Hungarian wax, 23% long slim red cayenne, 23% jalapeno, and 8% ancho. But when you open them up, they are not marked. So if you only want to start 3 or 4 peppers, you're not going to know what you're going to be starting. I'm going to go ahead and start this whole tray and plant them in a bed, and it's going to be my hot salsa bed, and see how that works. But I have bought before, it was like a patty pan trio, where it had 3 different colors of patty pan squash in it, and those seeds, they were bigger and they were colored, so you knew what you were planting. So just buyer beware if you're buying a pack of seeds that has multi-seeds in it. You might not know what exactly you're growing. But that's all the fun too, right? So we'll be starting a bunch of those 4. And then for the other ones that I just want maybe 4 or 5 of, we have this paprika pepper so that I can dry for my paprika. This is a Frigi's Hello pepper. It's a frying pepper. We're gonna try this one out. This is a poblano pepper. We really enjoyed these last year. And then also, it's known as an ancho chili, I believe, once you smoke it. So we do have a smoker, and we're going to try to do some smoked peppers. Same with the paprika. I'm going to smoke some of them, and we can have smoked paprika powder. And this is a yellow banana. Those ones are always nice for snacking. Sugar Rush Peach, we're going to try this year. We're not big spicy fans, but we'll, like I said, we'll try it with my jam or just make some hot sauce. The habanada pepper. This is the non-spicy habanero. And then we just have the regular old habanero as well. I've heard the flavor on the habanada is not so good, but we'll try it out. Then we're going to have a few of these serrano peppers. These are just like a jalapeno, but hotter. Then we have a torador, which is just a large, sweet and juicy Romano pepper. We really struggle to get anything but a green pepper here, so I'm trying a lot this year just to see what we can really do in our climate. This is a King Crimson pepper. Try that one out. This is a long red cayenne. I grew these 2 years ago and they are very prolific. And this is a sweet cubanelle pepper. Supposedly has a nice good flavor on that one. This is the sweet chocolate pepper, which I did get a couple of last year. They were a little bit small, but we'll try to grow those ones again. And then lastly is the shishito pepper. We grew this one last year for the first time. Really enjoyed it. We just put it right on the fire outside on the grill and blistered it. It was really nice. And also they are very prolific as well. A couple of plants gave us a lot of peppers, which for our area is hard to get. So there we go. 10 weeks to our last frost. We have our brassicas all started and our peppers started. Now I'm going to go take them into my little greenhouse and hopefully that they will sprout. A note for the peppers, they do like heat to germinate. I have never used a heating mat before. I've always just put them on the top shelf in my grow room, which is really warm. But because I'm in a different environment this year, I will probably be putting a heat mat on my hot peppers to start them because it's a little bit cooler in the shop too. I'll be sure to keep you updated as they sprout and let me know if you guys have started anything here with 10 weeks left to our average last frost date. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.